Hey, how we doing, everybody? ASK Solo. Hey, 2024. That's it. It's a wrap. And man, am I tell you, I'm glad it's a wrap. But hey, it's been a good year. It's been a good year. It's been some highs and some lows, um, trials and tribulations, medical concerns and issues. But hey, we're here. We made it. We are on the verge, on the doorsteps of 2025. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm happy to see it come. Sad to see 24 go, but happy to see 25 come. It's been a good one. So look, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of share my last ride of 24 with you. I had a great ride riding on the ferries of North Carolina. That's 7 ferries. If you ever in Eastern North Carolina, get out there and hop on a ferry, man. Go across the water. Go to Ocracoke Island. They got some delicious food over there. Man, I tell you, the back roads are beautiful. It's great. But you know what I want to do now is I just want to take this time to kind of just narrate this ride and then also have a few solo moments about some of my trials and tribulations, where I'm at now, where I'm headed with this podcast. Um, riding, long distance riding, competition riding, and I say competition riding because whenever there's a first finisher, first place, that's always going to be a competition. But what I want to do is just kind of share my perspective on some of this stuff and where we're going with it, and hoping that we have a outstanding 25 riding season, safe riding season, and yeah, man, just find the reason why you ride and stick to that. So, without further ado, man, I'm going to go ahead and kick this video off. This is just something that I threw together. While I was riding, while I had a little time, I took some videos, some clips and everything, and kind of just gelled it all together, So it it's good scenery, and I think you'll enjoy it while I narrate my 2024 year. So basically, this ride here, I started out in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I kind of just shot over to Aurora ferry. That was the first ferry that I shot over to, and it was a good ride. It was a good ride. I've ridden the back roads of that area before when I did the North Carolina Four Corners, so I was kind of familiar with it. What's going on with that audio? But hey, you know what? One monkey don't stop no show. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop that music and I'm going to put on some of my other music that I listen to frequently when I'm on the show. But we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to talk about some of the things that we've been dealing with in 2024. Of course, man, I started off the year, I was running hard, man. I was running hard. I pulled out the 09 and I said, hey, man, I'm taking the old school out. Went and did my first ride of the year, which was basically I stayed in Virginia on Route 1. I just did some small riding, probably did about 500 miles that first day. And that was real cool. That was real good ride just to open up the season. Cold. It was cold out there. But, that's what we're used to. We're used to riding like that. So it wasn't a big deal or anything like that. And so, man, the year started off real good for me. It really did. My desires were there. My motivation was there. My inspiration was there. And, I was really looking forward to really getting out there and running hard, man. Having ridden 100,000 miles in a year twice, some people don't know what that all entails, man. That's over 300 days of riding, 240 some days a day for 365 days, man. That's a lot of riding. And people that's ridden it, just looking at this year's tally, there's like maybe 2 or 3 people that hit 100,000 miles this year. And my hat off to those guys. Salute to them. It can be done. Like I say, my inspiration for riding 100,000 with Andy Anderson. And man, that story sticks with me. And it's humbling. It's humbling. As a matter of fact, I just seen a picture of Andy at the last ride of the year down there in Alabama. And it's good to see him. Man. He looks good. Looks like he's still fit. And of course, I'm sure he's still riding. But yeah, you know, motorcycle culture was formed, built out of the, the feeling of want to be free. I say that because what we know from veterans coming back from the war, the bikes coming back, Harley giving the bikes to the veterans and stuff like that. They're getting out how to ride. Small mom and pops clubs popping up, in the small state, in the small county, small town, small states. Like North Carolina has a lot of small little clubs that existed, and so that feeling of freedom. That's what those guys wanted, and for me, that has always been my driving aspiration of just the feeling of being free. Uh, Riding my school, you know, getting out there, man, and just taking it all in. It's been great. It's been great. It's definitely been a good therapy for me. I tell people all the time, I say, hey, look, man, why do you ride? Never forget why you ride. You know, some people come into it and it's like, they want to ride for a club. They get in a club and the club don't ride. And it kind of stifles them. It holds them back. And they're yearning for that freedom, man. That's why I tell any president, man, let your people ride. Let them ride. Don't ding them for it. Don't crucify them for it. It's not like they're trying to be spotlight rangers or shine. It's that passion for riding. They want to ride. And so when you sit there and say, well, you got to go to this, you got to go to that, you can't ride by yourself, you can't go there. Before you join a club, make sure you understand that part of riding. And what all entails in the commitment that when you join a club. But back to 24. I've never lost that drive, that feeling of want to be free, in touch with nature, the sights, the sound, man. I mean, just look at this right here. I mean, the feeling that you get, the sights that you see, it's great. It's great, man. It's great. I just flip my helmet up so I can smell the air, take it all in, look at the skyline. That's what I love. That's what I love right there. That moment right there. That's a solo moment for me. Helps clear my mind, helps me think. And then, riding the bike, you got that rush of power under you. Man. But yeah. Never forget why you ride. Never forget why you ride. And people do. People do, man. People do. 24 was a good year. I keep saying 24 was a good year because I don't want to look at anything negative. I don't. I had a lot in my life go on. I started out, I blasted over to California, did the SCMA Adventure Series tour, California Adventure Series tour. And man, that was a blast. I mean, I had an absolute blast when I did that. I tell anybody, man, look into some of these organizations that's out there, the IBA, the Iron Butt Association, the SCMA, Arizona Rat Pack. Heck, man, even look at some of your little local hog chapter rides, this ride right here is a hog chapter ride. Boneyard Harley Davidson hog chapter. You got Retro got a ride going. They got the Four Corners, man. The 48. So, join that group. There's a couple other groups out there you can join it if you want to ride. And I know people, like I say, people in clubs and People sit and say, man, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. That ain't for me, man. That ain't for me. Everything ain't for everybody. I got that. I got that. And you just got to find out what it is for you. Yep. Find out what it is to you. I'm not a big talker, man. I'm not. Just wanted to just share the image. I just wanted to just share the image. You got people that'll make some great videos, but I just wanted to, when I capture, I just like to capture the picture, that moment. That's what brings me joy. That's what brings me life. A couple of my solo moments, my life that you have to worry about. Wow, that was a good one. That was a good one. Another one of solo moments that I had. Not invited, don't go. Not told, don't ask. Late invites, decline. You were never part of the plan. Accept that. Accept it. You were never part of the plan in the beginning. I've had some good solo moments. It was. I got to see the coast like I'd never seen it before. Redwood Forest. Man, those things are huge. But it was good, though. It was good. That's what I needed. Got to hang out with old daggone hard head. Man, that's a solid cat, man. He really took care of me. I appreciate it. Even though when he was going through his own shit, man, he still took care of me. Drove me around. It's probably more shit, but he probably done more shit for me than some of the club brothers that was there. That was cats we didn't reach out to you, man. But he opened his home, let me stay, let me get prepped. Appreciate that. If you got somebody solid on your team, man, appreciate that person. Appreciate them. Tell them, I appreciate you. Shoot them a message, I appreciate you. It goes a long way. Means a lot to people, man. Yeah. Got to do the Love 1000 ride. I visit 5 different love signs in the state of Virginia, no less than 100 miles apart. Yep. That was good. But back to my 2024 riding season. Best 15 highways of California. That was a good one. Best 15, California, best 15. Still look back at 23 though, man. IBR was good. Learned a lot. Thank Lionel for taking this time to work with me, man, teach me how to use that program easier. Yeah. That's why I ride right there, man. That moment. Got out, saw some national parks. Go visit some national parks. You'd be amazed. You really will be amazed. I ran hard. Stopped in Dallas, Texas. I don't know why I didn't think about reaching out to Snacks. I was like, damn, man. Snacks hit me up. She's like, Solo, I know you didn't come to Dallas. Shout out to Snacks, man. Everybody loves Snacks. She's a phenom, man. She's an awesome rider, incredible rider. Incredible rider, man. And her demeanor fits it, humble, but yet at the same time, you don't mess with her. Go solo, go. Thanks to Dana for that. Dana gave me that. Go solo, go. But yeah, man, it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. 2024. It seemed like it went by so fast. But yeah, I was on a ferry here, riding one of the ferries. It was beautiful. The weather was beautiful. Man, came back from California, feeling good, feeling strong. In my mind, I knew what 24 held. 24 was like, okay, Hoka, get ready for Hoka. But I knew I had to go in and get this surgery to try to figure out what was going on with my stomach. I knew I had to do it. And I went ahead and made a decision. I said, okay, shouldn't be that bad. It's not that invasive. The procedure, I know what the procedure is going to be, laparoscopic. Doc walked me through it, told me what he's going to do, what he was looking for, what the worst case scenario would be, which, oh my God, man. When they tell you, they say, hey, there's a possibility we may have to take your colon out, let your colon get a rest. That's what? Take it out? Let it get a rest and then put it back in? Man. So I knew the risk. I knew the risk. And I accepted the risk. Hey, pay that no mind. I had enough of North Carolina state troopers on this ride, man. Those guys was on the back road heavy. And a lot of them was like DOT enforcers and stuff like that. But, those guys still are state troopers, man. They still run a radar. They still can jam you right up. But I knew I needed that procedure. And I got it. I got it done. I listened to the doctors. I rested. I thought I was rested well. Took my time coming back, but as you age, your body doesn't heal as fast and as strong as it used to when you were young. So it took me some time. But I tried to go out after I was down for maybe 2 months. I tried to go out because I wanted to ride the Hoka. I really did. I wanted to ride the Hoka motorcycle challenge. For me, my third time riding it. First time, made rookie mistakes, scared, penalized myself, beat myself up, go back to where you missed a turn. Well, I go back past that, you know what I'm saying? Just sit and say and make sure that I'm right. You want to be right. At 22, I eliminated all of that. Go back to where you know you missed that turn, pick up and go. But I wanted to ride it. But it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. And I don't know what the future holds as far as, like I said, competition riding or competitive riding, sports riding, endurance riding. I don't know what the future holds. I know my health is more important than any of this. My thrills now is this. This is my thrill right here. I started a group, back rows across America on twos. And the whole purpose of that group was to get people to get off the interstate and ride some of these little small towns like this, taking some of the history, a lot of history back there, a lot of history. People don't even realize it. Small towns, historic towns, birthplaces, some famous people, events. That's why I ride the back roads. Route 1. I mean, come on, man. When Sharif, me, Paul, Dave, Storm, and I know I'm forgetting some names because we started out with some people, but it was good. It was good. Matthew, Cowboy went down, Storm went down, but but we got on the back roads. We got on that daggone one, man. We rode it all the way from Madawaska all the way down to Key West on the back roads. Little small town just like this. 24 was a good year for me, though. I had setbacks. I dealt with them. I went out, sat down for 2 months, went out, rode to North Dakota, South Dakota, pushed hard, didn't get a hotel, Hoka Hay style it, slept on the ground, pulled out the tent a couple of times, pushed hard. I was feeling good up until like the last 1 or 2 days coming back home. And I think I just overexerted myself to the point where I ended up having to go to the hospital. When I got back, that's when I knew. I was like, I can't do it. I can't chance my life. I can't chance putting people who love me through me going out being selfish, doing something reckless and stupid when I know I'm not ready for it. So I elected not to ride the Hoka Hay, which turned out to be a blessing because, man, I started doing this podcast, which was totally blew me away. Like, what are you thinking, dude? But I did it because I wanted to be a part of the action. I wanted to follow these guys. I wanted to see the mistakes that they made, that I made. Did they make the same mistakes? Did they miss the turn and go back to the turn? Man, I think I'm going to do a recap. I think I'm going to do a recap on the Hoka Hay Motorcycle Challenge. And people are asking me. People are hitting me up on the inbox. People call me and say, hey, Solo, hey, man, we can't thank you enough for doing the podcast and highlighting our sport, because a lot of people say, oh, yeah, like I said, I was running a little too fast. But he gave me a warning, let me go, to slow it down. But, people think of me and say, hey, man, thank you for doing that podcast covering the Hoka Hay Motorcycle Challenge. People got a better understanding of it. People know about it now. More people are interested in doing it. Are you going to do it for other rides, other competitions? And I said, hey, if they do it in a format where I can follow the riders and broadcast it and show it, man, I'll stay up all night long highlighting you guys out there that's doing it. I will, because I want people to know, you know, what it's like. I can relate long distance riding, endurance riding, making mistakes, figuring what is your strategy? You're going to ride for this for how many hours you're going to ride for. You're going to rest and sleep for this, your maintenance. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, I'm really hoping that a couple of other events like the IBR, a couple other groups that's out there doing competitive riding, and I ain't gonna say competitive riding, but just, endurance riding, because it's not a competition. That's what they say. But people enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Inspired a lot of people. You guys that rode it this year inspired a lot of people. Taking off in a hurricane, man. It's crazy, but you did it. And you did it with style. But 24 had some changes in my life. Yeah. Learned from those changes. Made mistakes. Fessed up to my mistakes. Hey, I ain't perfect. Nobody is. But at the same time, you got to be happy in life. Don't go through life miserable. Don't do it. Don't sell your soul for somebody else. Let it be for you, because you only get one shot at this thing called life. You only get one shot at it. And you say, what? I want to make my significant other happy. Even if I got sacrificed. Come on, man. Really? Really? Be happy. Be happy with yourself. Be happy in life. You got to please yourself before you can please others. Only when you're on an airplane do you put the baby mask on before you put yours. But hey, I'm not going to get up here and give you no philosophy or try to sit here and be a therapist. Shit, all I do is ride a motorcycle, man. I'm good at it. My action, my deeds, all I ever wanted to do was just inspire others just to get out and ride. Even in the club, when I was in the club, that's all I wanted. Guys, I'm going to show you that it can be done. Ride that shit. Go places. See things. Visit people. Break bread. That's why we got the RTE. That's why we do the RTE, man. Sharif, my dog, we've had a good run, man. We've had a good run, and you gearing up right now for the next IBR. My hat out to you, man. Salute. Make sure you go back and get that Hoka hay too. Yeah. So I'm gonna just try to focus on putting this podcast together, man. Bringing some good content to you, highlighting some unsung riders out there. There are a lot of good riders out there that's inspiring people. Get outside of your circle. You're in a circle. You have circles. Step outside of your circle. See other people. Visit other places. You have that one connection already. The motorcycle, that's your that's your conduit right there. That's your connection. Get out, man. Be positive. Don't turn everything into a competition. I'm like a cat with 2 lives left. Impress me, human. Because I done died 7 times. I got 2 left. That's wild. But that's real. Ain't nothing you can't do on 2 wheels. It ain't already been done. But folks, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for supporting me over the years, being an inspiration to me. Let me know that I've been an inspiration to you. My riding thousands and thousands of miles, the people that have opened their doors, that helped me out, that seen me through times. I appreciate you. People won't always say that, but I appreciate you. Everybody ride for a reason. Some people riding for charities, starting charities, starting nonprofits. That's good. That's fine. That's your calling. That's how you feel. You want to give back. Don't compare yourself to how somebody else is doing theirs. Do it the way you want to do it. Do it the way you see it. You don't need to show it all the time either. I rode a lot of miles. A lot of days I would never put anything up. And then some days I put a picture up and that was it. People sit there and say, man, I see you in the office, Solo. I see you in the office. I love it. I love it. Keep motivating, keep riding, keep inspiring, my brother. That's all. Just like right now. Who can't relate to riding that night in the dark? High beam, low beam, cutting through the fog. Never knowing what's going to step out. And the thing about it, I hit a deer, killed a deer. You'll never forget that feeling. Man, that was a good ride. That was a good ride up down the coast. Folks, we getting ready for a new year. We getting ready for 2025. I hope each and every one of you have a happy and prosperous new year. Many blessings to all of you. Stay tuned to the channel. We may keep it every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We may cut back and do it every 2 weeks. We'll see. We'll see. We may even change the format of the program up to highlight more people, to give other people opportunities to get there and say, hey, this is my story. This is my story. Everybody has a story. We didn't invent this wheel of podcasting. All we want to do is just have a different perspective, put our spin on it, and highlight people who, I ain't gonna say are not heroes, but at the same time, maybe people don't sit there and say, well, your shine ain't shining bright enough, or you ain't flashy enough, or your story's not out there. Yeah, everybody has a story, an inspirational story of why you riding a motorcycle, because everybody don't ride for the same reason. Found that out in the club. Everybody ain't riding for the same reason. Well, my friends, it's about 6:30. I appreciate you sticking with me for this past 30 plus minutes. That ride, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I did 6 out of 7 ferries. But hey, I'll be doing more rides to events. Going to try to get back and visit clubhouses I used to stop in and see some of the old heads I used to shake hand with. Hear some more war stories, fishtails. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything that y'all have done to support me, this podcast, The Logic. If you want to come on the show, hit me up. We'll get you on. We'll get you on. As long as you've got positive energy, we'll get you on. You got a story to tell, you want to share a moment, we'll get you on. You don't have to ride 100,000 miles. You don't have to ride. Just ride. Just ride. And be willing to tell people your story. Folks, I'm K Solo. Shout out to my guy, Kel Boss Rider. He said, how you get Rider behind that? Kel Boss Rider. When he got killed, I took on the rider. All right, folks. Happy New Year to you. Many blessings. And stay safe. Happy 2025. K Solo.